This video is sponsored by DecalWorks, offering 10% off all graphics to retail customers for November 2019. Use the promo code RX1110 at decalmx.com to receive 10% off your graphics.
Hey everybody, it's David Pingree here with RacerX Online, and we've got a super cool, unique garage build project this month. This is Sunny Garcia's KX500, 2002, I believe. Is that right?
2001.
2001 KX500, and as you can see, really not much left from the stock machine other than the frame. We've got Oscar here from KX Guru Racing. He's the guy behind this build that helped do a lot of the work. There was actually a team of people working on it, but Sunny said he wanted to have a works bike. And by God, you guys gave it to him. Tell us about this build.
Well, we tried to give him a works bike. I guess we could start with the engine. You know, it's what everybody talks and rants and raves about. We work real closely with Tom Morgan at TMR Racing, and you know, we got together with Tom, and he wanted to play ball with us. So, you know, Tom did the porting and the crank balancing, did the head for us, and then we obviously assembled the motor with a few of our tricks that we do. Got that going real decent. And then there's obviously the rest of the bike. You know, everything from the front end to the back end to the top and bottom. I mean, the list goes on and on. Everything that could have been possibly done to this bike, all the tricks that we have over the last few years that we've learned and tried has been done to this bike. So this, I don't know if we could ever top something like this ever again. So.
Yeah, and I mean, the list is too long to cover here in this video. We're going to list everything below, but I mean, it's a handmade Italian swing arm. It's got a beautiful welds down the middle of it. It looks like something you'd see on one of Wardy's old works bikes. Aluminum tank. It's got, are these KYB A-kit forks?
They're A-kit forks. They are mounted to a set of our triple clamps that we had made. These triple clamps are basically KX500 geometry, KX500 steering stops, but they are drilled out to accept the KX450F forks. And also they are set up to run the GPR V4 sub-mount dampener, you know, just to give it a little bit more comfort for the rider, because these are a handful, you know, when they are a handful, we'll just leave it at that. You know, and like you mentioned, the exhaust, we had Neil's Power Pipes up in Canada, you know, build us a really sweet stainless steel exhaust cone pipe by hand. Bore me parts over in Italy, you know, hooked us up with the tank and the swing arm. It's all designed to run KX450F components. You know, wheel, chain slider. The idea behind this bike is it's an older bike, you know, parts aren't really there in the aftermarket, so we wanted Sunny to be able to go to the dealership or to the aftermarket and buy a KX450F, whatever he wanted, and be able to bolt it on, you know, for wear and tear purposes. So a lot of love, a lot of effort went into this bike.
And you mentioned, you know, the old KX500 rear brake is super weak. It would heat up and go out on you, so they manufactured the swing arm so that you can run all that KX450 stuff. So all of those things have been improved. It's got an Öhlins rear shock, and we'll get into the way this thing worked on the track in a bit, but everything that's Cerakoted, I mean, literally everything. The crank's been balanced by Tom Morgan. I mean, you guys literally left no stone unturned. No stone. I mean, the aesthetics, you know, Alex Ward on our team, he's a genius when it comes to that. He got all the right parts Cerakoted, got the aesthetics down to a science, and he definitely was a big part in getting this thing put together for Sunny. You know, and again, like you said, I think that's the best term, is no stone was left unturned with this bike. So, yeah, well, thanks a lot for running through some of the stuff that was done. We really appreciate your time, and I'm sure Sunny appreciates your hard work.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you guys having us out here. Really appreciate all the comments, and it's quite an honor to have you riding the bike. So glad you liked it.
All right. We got the proud new owner of this bad boy here, Sunny Garcia, and you know, my first impression of this thing on the track was I was stunned at how good this thing handled. The suspension is phenomenal. And they make their own dog bones for this thing. The swing arm, they kind of have a setting. This thing used to buck pretty hard. I guess that's sort of a traditional characteristic of this bike. And through the dog bone and the swing arm and the way they set this up, you don't get any of that. I mean, it was as comfortable to ride as any kind of modern bike. And through the bumps, man, unbelievable. I was not scared to get on the throttle, which is not normal for a KX500 or any kind of 500. Really no vibration between the crank balancing and the Fast Company bars. They've got the elastomers in there. Man, just no vibration. So that makes it a lot of fun to ride. The brakes are good. The motor's powerful. I mean, I was just having a ball in this thing. And it's not even mine. Sunny, this is your jam here. You rode it a little bit. Tell me what you thought.
Well, I haven't ridden all winter. I've been up in the Pacific Northwest and in Washington, so I'm glad that it has a recluse clutch, because I had arm pump after the first lap and I couldn't even grab the clutch. So it's pretty incredible how much power this thing is. And yeah, I mean, thank you to the boys. I mean, it's an incredible bike. I mean, it's everything that I thought I would want in a works bike, and I'm stoked to have it. I mean, I'm gonna put it on the coffee table and stare at it.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a trophy. And I was poking around at the guys asking, hey, if somebody wanted to come and buy this thing full retail, what's it going to cost them? And they were like, well, yeah, you know, probably about 25 grand in parts alone. That doesn't include the time it takes to build it. So yeah, this is basically should go up on a trophy mantle somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Oscar and Alex, I mean, thank you guys so much. It's incredible. You know, there's a lot of other people that help. I mean, everybody that helped with this build. It's an incredible bike, and I'm happy that I have one.
What are you gonna do with this thing? Are you gonna really ride it? Where are you gonna ride it?
Ride every now and then, but you know, I'm gonna just stare at it. I mean, look how pretty this thing is. I mean, just basically, yeah.
All right. Well, I dig it. Maybe I'll come up and stare at it with you once in a while, because it is beautiful. W wheel set. Wanted to mention those guys. When you need a solid, sturdy wheel set, you go to those guys, and they threw a Talon hub on this thing, and it's solid. Arc levers. It's got the really cool bendable levers. I mean, we're gonna have to list everything. There's no way we can mention all the parts. Decal Works did the graphics, and they came out with a really cool Sunny Garcia Hawaiian look with some tribal stuff on here, and his little infamous slogan, "Death and Taxes." Also, a big part of this was the recluse clutch. It's got an automatic recluse clutch, and anyone that's ridden a 500 knows trying to work that clutch coming into turns is gnarly. So this thing, once you take off, you leave the clutch alone. You know, it doesn't stall. You can lock up the rear wheel and it just keeps idling. So it makes it a lot easier to ride. You still arm pump, obviously, but yeah, it's better.
I'm gonna have to get more riding in, and then take it out for another go.
All right. Well, this thing is incredible. Thank you to the guys at KX Guru Racing, all of the companies that were involved, because this is a crazy project. Probably the most in-depth build we've ever done, especially something retro like this. And I think you're going to have a good time on this. Thanks for coming out and sharing it with us.
Well, thanks for riding it.
Yeah.
Stoked.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next garage build.